this is Rick again. Mosquitoes are out at this hour. They've come to get me. I was brought a citronella candle, but I think it only attracted them. They've probably gotten used to that and adapted and used it to find humans. So I'm completely sleeved up and using extra patchouli. But I think I need a new stronger patchouli. So let me see, what have we got in view here? I was looking at my other videos, they were pretty terrible. I was blocking all the action. All you could really see is my back, which that's all anybody really wants to see, I think, right? I sent some videos to a couple of local radio people that I listen to somewhat. They suck, but yeah, I think they put me on their block list. That's cool. Radio's dead anyway. I try to listen to, anyways, I don't need to talk about that. But anyway, those videos that I shot yesterday were pretty bad. And so, for some reason, I messed this one up 3 times. That washes off with water, so I don't really have to erase it. I can just, it's like watercolor pencil. And these mosquitoes are just so persistent. So I'm grateful for a lot of stuff. I hope God brings a cold snap soon. I don't need no stinking mosquitoes. So this is the edge of the reference photo. So I only have, I think, yeah, my drawing only comes up to here. My photograph. It's the same on the other side. So I just figured I'd measure what the size of this trestle is in relation to that, and it's about the same, so I did that here. Then I put a center line, and that's why I finished out my arch here. But it's on the periphery, and so I don't really think people will notice that. With landscapes, and I guess to some extent cityscapes, I think you can get away with more, because unless you're standing in front of a structure, you don't know it. You won't know it. And you will not know it. So yeah, man, there's like that first girder, it's right on top of that corner, and it's got a slight curve to the next girder. It's hard to hold it there. Look at that mosquito. Mosquitoes coming in on action. I got one. No sooner did I get one, there's another. They gotta go for my hands, which is what I hate. Anyway, so I like that line. And then this line is slightly less than straight, you know. So I've got to add, I'm going to do a straight line, but there's actually a bow in this. Slide bow. See how I did that? Now I can just smooth that out a bit. Smooth that out just a bit. If you know what I mean, chum. Yes, you know what I mean. So, see, I'm going to change or try to zoom in. Let's see how good my camera is against the gloss. It's probably going to pick up a lot of photo glare. That is my proportional divider. Go to another. So, in this photo, so actually, you know, this is not really one photo. I actually made a composite of 2 photos, and it looks like one photo. Just by using the perspective tool, stuff like that. So, I don't know, did I zoom in? Did I zoom in all the way? For a good view? Got a trip at homeless guy coming by. So right here is, there's a reflection of a bird here, and a reflection of a bird here. There might be a couple of more over here though. Yeah. Those are probably those swallows. So maybe it was a swallow just coming in really low. I'll have to really investigate, because he's not in the reflection. And if that is to that, then that should be, so he should be, so I think I'm actually looking at a bird coming down to the water's edge to pick up those gnats or whatever they're eating. And then over here, you might wonder, well, how will I do these arches or any of these little ones over here? So I won't really draw the arches. I'll draw all the architecture around the arches, and that'll just naturally give in to the arch. So I'll draw all this infrastructure, and I'll put my skinny dipping lady over here. There's a guy there, and of course the rower. But yeah, so I know I was 80% done on this thing, because you know, these beams really are like chocolatey brown. But I had iron oxide paint as my primer coat, so that's what I was doing. Alright, so I wanted to do another mosquito. They come after the breath. I guess they pick up on the carbon dioxide. And, so I guess I'm going to be dialed in right about there for a little bit. Again, apologies, this isn't a video tripod, it's actually a really old steel tripod. So I'm very happy with that line. So I really should complete this line. And then there's like a gray shadow about there. And then there's a happy little squirrel right about here. There are a lot of happy little squirrels. The squirrels along the trail are a lot healthier looking than the neighborhood squirrels here. The ones here look sick. There is a woman who I assume is off balance, walking around. She wants to talk to me, but I just pretend I don't hear her. She's talking to herself already, so she doesn't need my company. I do. believe. But as a male, you have to remember, as a male, I cannot get involved with ladies. When I have my art out like this, because if they go haywire, it's male versus female, I'd be screwed. I had a woman, I haven't told this story, but I did have a woman pretending to be a kind of African kind of witch doctor or something. Come up and expose herself on the trail. Oh, this is weird. I don't know what I did on this trellis, because seems like I have to redo all these points. I guess I do. I guess that went up to here. That little shadow will help me to delineate that. Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in this whole negative space now to help to alleviate the situation. So in reality, what I need to do really is just draw these spaces and then fill them in. And over here it's the opposite because of the arches. I have to, well, I should just go this way then. Getting like a nerve pain on my heel. Feels like a hornet bit me. Really, ever since I started working out a lot, that kind of stuff went away. So, this is kind of better than the painting because I'm trying to figure out this stuff, and you're getting to see the mind of a true genius. Now, I only say that because I know no one will be listening to this podcast anytime, or this video anytime soon. But, I think if I move back and forth out of here, then the mosquitoes can't find me that quickly. But when I sit here long enough, they most certainly find me very quickly. They most certainly do. I like listening to music, and I usually listen to it on YouTube, but they got so many commercials. I guess you gotta buy the script, the subscription. Man, just keep adding more stuff to spend on. Man, I got a bunch of stuff I need to buy, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything like that for a long time. I need to find some honest blockchain developer brokers. I've got this really good idea, but if I tell the wrong person, they're going to take the ball and run. Don't need that. I can tell a mosquito got the top of my hand right now. I feel it. But there's been a little bit of a breeze, so I think I've had a good, it's supposed to get miserable again tomorrow, so I might end up staying, working these drawings out inside tomorrow. Or maybe I'll just be working on the Barton Springs inside tomorrow. My idea was to work half day on the drawings out here, and then the rest of the day of the on the Barton Springs, and it didn't work out today either. I was editing video. I had a really cool video just disappear yesterday from Clipchamp. It just couldn't handle it, and it's weird. So I think I'm gonna have to go back to DaVinci Resolve. I think the Clipchamp seems to have petered out. Seems like it's petered out, Johnny. So funny today. We've been tripping out on this little tool. Oh yeah, so I gotta, I've been telling people that originally when I was working on this painting, a guy yelled at me from the top of some stairs where I paint, and I've got that photo on my desktop now. I'll have to post it. But this guy yelled at me about values, and I mean the painting's not done or close to. Everyone thinks it's done. It's got a lot of areas covered, but it still needed the refinement. That Calzadilla touch. So this comes down to about here. There's some stones up here. So yeah, I've been going to be doing some renderings of a building. So any of you architects that need a really good drawing, let me know. Like architects, I know they're draftsmen, so they're going to be really big perfectionists, if you ask me. This little bridge is going to be hard to do because, well, because I say so, that's why. Because a ding dang say so. Oh, so this is from this trellis here, kicks over here, and then there's a second trellis here, and we're going to go down this way. But this is a double wide like trellis over here. This is where the two. So there's two legs of the bridge on either end, like a Y, like a double-ended Y, and so the trestles become narrower because they catch each wing. Wing would have been a better. So there's two wings on the end of this pedestrian bridge. Just thought you should know that. So that's why I told you. I am working with, these are the proportional dividers. Are you seeing that? Is that even coming in? Probably not. Go a little more wide angle, I guess. I can't, can I? I don't think I can. Okay, again, this is not a video tripod. watch that pretty good. Yeah, the other videos I did a couple of days ago was, oh sorry, I kicked it. Like I say, I drop these proportional dividers all the time, and today I dropped a little bottle of solution of salt of safflower and clove oil. And then I dropped my little thing of calcium bentonite clay. It's getting crazy. So this is all blurred in here. So now you can see. So what I'm doing is I'm marking off. Let's be real solid on this first, on these trellises. And I'm probably dealing with the point of this thing being like it. It's on a dark background, so it's hard to see the dark point. But I'm dealing with probably a half a millimeter. Un medio millimetro. ¿Milímetro? Se me olvida. ¿Qué estaba diciendo? Oh, mira, está muy diferente de lo que tenía yo apuntado para la piedra. Vamos a ver otra vez, ¿eh? Todo se tiene que medir dos veces, ya te he dicho. Yes, sir, that's way off there. So the stonework. So this little thing is going to be like fine brushwork. Here's where it gets a little critical. How does that look? Does that look about right? Does that look about right to you, man? Does that look about right to you? Alright, I'm going to do this top section first, because that's really solid and it will give me appreciation for the lower section, the reflected section, which doesn't have to be accurate because it's a reflection, it's all blurred out. So this is kind of cool because this will show you what I went through on the bigger scale, on the big painting. And I know everybody wants to see that, you know. I know that already. Okay, so what I was doing was I was doing that bottom line on. God, it's amazing how far off all these other marks are right here. What did I measure that shit for again? I guess I do, man. I guess that's the inside one. Alright. So let's just go ahead and commit that edge. Someone was asking me, wouldn't I rather just do a different painting? And no, not really. Kind of really, but not really. I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do, man. I'm doing everything. I'm getting I can get skeptical vibes about my website. I'm sort of getting a how dare you vibe. How dare you think? Manifest, manifest, manifest. That's all I can say. One must manifest. One must surely manifest. That's all I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to make shit happen. Look at this. Neighborhood has a lot of Eastern to Middle Eastern people. People from around the world. So my other video was, and I guess I can do another one tomorrow indoors. That one was just about mixing paint, and I was talking, so that's the whole thing, man. If I don't talk, you have to have dialogue. Dialogue blue, dialogue red, dialogue yellow, dialogue. I'm a running and I'm a jumping, and I'm a flying through the air, because I am a crazy wild hare. I jump over boulders, I jump over trees. Just making up the words. Oh, I miss my old Rastafarian days when I used to be a Rastafarian. Ain't no Rastafarian. I used to work with a fake Rastafarian. Trip, man. I used to work with this guy who pretended to be a Rasta man, but he was just a you know, he played it up pretty good, but you could tell. He'd go and hug on all the girls. They would be like arms at their sides, and he's like crushing them. I wonder whatever happened to that dude. One of the most horrible experiences you ever had. I was working at a graveyard shift. Gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes it just don't do. Gotta do what you gotta do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I wonder if I should go to the Heap tonight. Go to the HEB. Man, I keep screwing up that. This is the final. How did it get big? This thing has grown 3 times on 3 measurements. Getting hungry. Jesus Christ, man. This is not right. What's going on here? I'm telling you, I am in a simulation. Now I've got this bottom measured nailed. Right? Okay. So logically, this needs to be further out. Shit, no, look at how far off that is. What the hell is going on? And it's a big difference here. Okay, it's going to have to be here. Damn, man. Say so, I'm going to go there. Now I'm getting really hungry. I had 3 hard-boiled eggs because I had 4 to boil, but 1 was cracked, so I went ahead and ate the 3. What was I gonna do? Eat just 1 tomorrow? What the? Oh yeah, okay. Don't freak out yet. Still got batteries, still seeing me get flustered.
located the top point yet, did we? Again, it's wrong. What the fuck, dude? I'm losing my mind, I think. Well, at least now you know how to incorporate the grid model. Crosshair. It's a game of half millimeters. About the point on these things are about a millimeter, so, and then my pen line's probably about a third of a millimeter. No, it's probably, it's maybe half a millimeter as well. Less than half a millimeter. Less. So what did I measure there? Okay. Jesus Christ, dude. So I keep getting confused on where I am. Where am I and what am I doing here? That is what I would call an erroneous line. It's erroneous. Oh, that's kind of a break. I want to spend time going to the grocery store, but I also don't want to spend a lot of money on food. Food! I need food! I got a pot of beans. I'm ready to go though. So now here, this trellis is the opposite thing. So I want to show you this, okay? I'm going to draw this light, straight line, right? But there's a little bit of a curvature on there. And it's like a, and then it tapers off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go, and it goes about 1, 2, 3, a third of the way. So 1, 2, 3, so about here. Here it takes a dip, right? And then it shoots out over here. But what I'm going to do is so it's been a long time since I did the other 2 bridges. Those were in oils. I think this kind of architectural stuff, for me, it's better in acrylics. But that's just me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's just me. It'd be cool if Alberto from Blacks would drop me off some barbecue. So this is the shadow from underneath. The girders. Manifest, Picasso. See, I can write those little things in because I'm going to paint over them or draw over them. But now it's there forever. Manifest and Picasso. Yeah, I am a Picasso guy. I like Picasso. I have no problem with Picasso. He was an animal, insecure. We shared a lot of similarities. But what he was doing with his art was like incredible. Increíble. No te digo, estaba bien increíble este cabrón, estaba bien. A ver si voy a comenzar a hablar más en español para que nos vayamos más mundial. Quiero ser más mundial. Yo quiero ser mundial. Yo quiero ser mundial. I'm not going to do a lot of the shadowing here in case I screwed up. Which is not always a question, you know. There's a corner of a trestle there. And I saw this, there's like a reflected wave pattern, interference pattern, should we say, where the water shimmers underneath the bridge, and I saw it in my other painting as well. So yeah, I think oils have to be more expensive because they really are harder to work with. They take forever to dry. I don't think I've been a particularly strict colorist, or in fact, a lot of people hate my colors. I shouldn't say that because I'm trying to peddle me wax. I'm trying to peddle me wax, don't you understand that? Just trying to peddle me wax. Trying to become a global sensation. That'll never happen, but, well, never say never.
Never ever say never.
Wow, I've almost got all the substructure of this
One bridge down. What did I measure there? I measured the top, man. What the hell? That's, again, you're so way off on that one.
So this one last trellis only has one leg, whereas the other ones have two. I don't think on this end of the bridge that there's a trellis like that. The trestle. The trellis. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just painting, man. Give me a break. Battery's still strong, I guess. At some point I have to cut this off because I know I'm using up gigs. I'm recording to a solid state external drive. Because I am a genius like that. Let me just get it done. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. How's it going?
Hi.
Hello.
Good. Hi. I mean, hello.
Hello.
I know I've seen you around property here, and my son just told me you paint.
Yeah, I try to paint. I try to paint all kinds of crazy stuff.